If you look at headlines, Indian medical education is having its golden era. In 2014, India had just 51,000 MBBS seats. Fast forward to 2025, the health minister has confirmed a historical number in parliament. 1,28,875 MBBS seats. This is a massive 150% increase in just one decade. On paper, it looks like a revolution. But if the supply of seats has doubled, why hasn't your struggle reduced? Why are cutoffs hitting 650 plus? Why is the competition more tougher today with 1.28 lakh seats than it was when we had 50,000? Mathematically, when supply goes up, competition should go down. But in Indian medical education, the opposite is happening. Today, we are going to decode the seat paradox. We will analyze the latest parliamentary reports to prove why this 1.28 lakh figure is a statistical illusion for the middle class student. We aren't just looking at the count of seats, we are looking at the cost and the location, and trust me, once you apply these filters, that massive number shrinks terribly fast. Hi everyone, I am Sri Rohit. Welcome to Neo Mentora. Here, we decode medical education with clarity, truth, and data. Now let's strip away the marketing and look at the math. The government says there are 1,28,875 MBBS seats. This number is technically correct, but practically, it's a trap. Because for a middle class family, a seat is only real if you can afford it. So let's apply the first filter, the cost barrier. Out of these 1.28 lakh seats, nearly 45% are in private and deemed universities. That's roughly 58,000 seats. Now ask yourself, how many of you can afford fees ranging from 75 lakh Indian rupees to 1.5 crore? Unless you are in the top 1% of Indian economy, these 58,000 seats essentially vanish for you. They exist on paper, but for the common man, they are locked behind a massive paywall. So straight away, the 1.28 lakh number drops to roughly 70,000 government seats. But wait, even these 70,000 seats are not fully open to you. This brings us to the second filter, geography. The medical education system in India is always state centric. Almost 85% of the seats are reserved for students of specific state. So, if you are a student from Bihar or UP and you see a massive surplus of seats in Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, it doesn't help you. You cannot touch those state quota seats. Your only fighting chance across the country is the All India Quota. And do you know how many seats are actually open there? Roughly 11,000 to 12,000. So let's look at the funnel again. We started with 1,28,000 seats in the headlines. We removed the expensive private seats. We removed the state locked seats. And we are left with just 11,000 seats open to pure merit on a national level. 11,000 seats for 24 lakh students. This is mathematical reality. The massive expansion you see in the news, it's mostly happening in the private sector or in the states you don't belong to. This is exactly why the competition feels worse than ever. The geography of inequality. But here is the deeper problem. It's not just about the number of seats, it's about where these seats are located. A recent Parliamentary Standing Committee report flagged a massive regional imbalance. Let me simplify what that means. Look at the south states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Telangana. They have a very high density of medical colleges. In some of these states, the doctor to population ratio is healthy. Now look at the north and east. Bihar, Jharkhand, UP. Here the population is huge, the number of NEET aspirants is massive, but the number of seats, it's dangerously low. This creates a cruel irony. The demand is in the north, but the supply is in the south. And remember the 85% state quota rule. That rule turns the imbalance into crisis. Surplus seats in Karnataka does absolutely nothing to save a brilliant student in Bihar. That door is locked. The National Medical Commission knows this. They actually tried to fix it recently. They proposed a population based cap. The rule was simple, limit MBBS seats to 100 for every 10 lakh population. This goal was logical. Stop adding colleges in saturated states and force the growth into the deficit states. But what happened? It was deferred, pushed to 2026. Why? Because the states with infrastructure protested and the states with shortages couldn't build colleges fast enough to fill the gap. The policy is paralyzed and we are stuck in a deadlock. The headlines scream record seats, but the map tells you the real story. Unequal growth implies unequal opportunity. So, what is the inevitable result of this imbalance? When you have merit but no money, when you have passion but the wrong domicile, what happens? The system pushes you out. This is what I call the quiet exodus of Indian talent. Every single year, over 70,000 to 80,000 Indian students pack their bags and leave the country to study MBBS abroad. Critics often say that these students failed NEET. That is simply untrue. Many of these students have qualified, many have decent scores, but refuse to pay 1 crore for a private seat in India when they can get the same education in a government university abroad for 25 to 30 lakhs. This migration isn't a backup plan anymore. It is a market correction. Students are rational, they go where the value is. But, and this is the most dangerous part, whenever there is a mass desperation, there is a mass exploitation. Because the government system failed to observe you, a shadow industry of agents and consultants step in. They know you are desperate, they know you are confused by the 1.28 lakh number, and they sell you universities that look good on brochure but are nightmares in reality. Colleges with no patience, degrees that are not valid in India, hidden costs that destroy family savings. The structural failure of Indian government has created breeding ground for these scams. So, if you are looking for an exit route, you need to be twice as careful because while India ignored you, the wrong agent will exploit you. So let's conclude with the truth no one is saying out loud. India does not have a shortage of seats. India has shortage of affordable education. We can reach 2 lakh MBBS seats tomorrow. But if 70% of those seats cost 1 crore, the NEET crisis will not end. The cutoffs will not drop. The middle class will still struggle. The solution isn't just adding concrete buildings. The solution is price regulation. The solution is equitable distribution. The solution is ensuring that a student's future is decided by their brain, not by their bank balance. But policy changes take decades. And you don't have decades. You have this year. So what you should do? Stop looking at the big headlines. Stop celebrating 1.28 lakh seats. That number is a macroeconomic statistic. It is not your reality. Your reality is the specific number of seats in your category, in your state, within your budget. And find the number, calculate those odds. And if the math doesn't work out, don't be afraid to look for alternatives, whether it's a different course or a verified university abroad. But whatever you do, base your decision on data, not hope, and definitely not on marketing. We are here to help you navigate this chaos. If this video gave you clarity, share it with a parent or a friend who is confused by these numbers. Let's build a community that values truth over hype. Please subscribe to Neo Mentora. Stay aware, stay prepared. Jai Hind.